Yeah, hi. Let's talk about video and online video communications with mortgages. This is one kind of mortgage advisors, financial advisors are using the video tech that's around. And we've been locked down now for, it's a year now. In March last year, it kind of kicked off, really. I'm talking about video communications here now. Video comms is my message. We've been locked down for about a year now. We've had 3 separate lockdowns. The last one's been pretty fierce. As a result of that, anybody that can able to has been working from home or remotely using video communications. And a couple of things happened to me last week which made me think more about this. Number one is this. Imagine a 3-year-old little girl in bed, just about to go to bed. I remember my daughter Bethan was that age. She would love to have me read her stories. And if I was at home, I would often just jump up there, jump into bed and just read her a story. It was great. I loved it to bits. I was often away though on business. So I missed out on quite a few opportunities. But I heard a story, a lovely story of this young girl, 3-year-old, and her granny apparently reads her stories every night and has done for 12 months now. And this little girl just lives for that moment when she can go to bed tucked in and Granny can read her a story. And Granny's particularly good at it as well. Apparently she's got a lovely Scottish accent. Now Granny, of course, lives up in Falkirk, I think, and the young girl lives in Bristol. And she appears, Granny, on a tablet, decent sized tablet screen, Granny's face, Granny's reading the story to the young girl. The young girl props it up on her bed and there's Granny. Now that young 3-year-old sees that as her Granny talking and reading her story. She'll remember that for the rest of her life. It's a lovely, lovely story. And at the weekend on Friday night we had a quiz night with our friends. We had a great time. Typical video quiz night. And we had 4 couples. And we had a lovely time. We decided to have some nibbles, Shelley and I. We came down here into the studio because we can, and we had the bar stalls, and we had some nibbles, some pork pies, and various little extras, and I had a beer or 2. But the point was, though, that it was a lovely, lovely evening. We had a couple of hours it was on video. Now I got big screens here, so we were able to see our friends massively on the screens here. And just before we went to bed, Shelley said to me, she said, "Do you know, I've had my fix," she said. No, Shelley's not on drugs. She said to me, "I've had my fix of people." And she went on to explain to me she's never had that for a long time since she started or stopped seeing people face to face. She's very extrovert. She needs to see people. But because we had the bigger screens here and we had the relaxed environment, she had her fix of people. Now there's Shelley, who's very kind of, very, very into video communications, but she much prefers the face-to-face people. And she's got her fix. So video technology has come on massively in the last year. And we mustn't forget that, because the future of mortgage advising is via video. It'll never replace people. Of course it won't. Crikey, until we get into virtual reality stuff. That's a few years away yet. Meeting somebody, talking to them, chatting to them, watching body language is just something you'll never replace. But on video, if you can set up the kit as well as you can, it can almost replace giving advice face to face. Now, as a mortgage advisor, you need to look at these things. You need to consider how you're going to do that, because it's something in which you can actually operate and do really well. A couple of things you want to be looking at. You'll definitely want to be promoting some kind of hybrid model. You definitely want that. So tell customers you have the ability to see them face to face, but you also have a video kind of model as well. Try and offer it as a BAU, business as usual. Try not to give them the choice, really. Just say to them, this is how we do business now. We do business via video, and this is how it works. Just accept the fact that's what clients are going to have. And make sure it's built into your sales process as well. Now, if you're going to do a sales process, which you should have, of course, on a face-to-face basis, it's very, very different, because you've made the effort to go and see people, so you want to spend an hour and a half with them, don't you? On video, you don't need that. On video, you can spend half an hour or 10 minutes or 15 minutes on a topic. You can have many different parts to a sales process now, rather than one great big long meeting, and that's a particularly useful thing to do. So that sales process itself can be split up and broken up. Make sure you do your reviews via video as well, your regular reviews with clients. If you don't offer them, offer them. Charge for them as well if you want to. Ongoing advice fees is what IFAs use. So do your reviews via video, because it's easy to do, not a difficult one to do. You can also reach out further afield now. You don't have to focus on your sort of town or your location anymore, because that's as far as you'd be willing to travel in your car. You can have clients from all over the UK now. I was talking to a mortgage advisor this morning, and she was saying to me she doesn't need to learn about Scots law for exam. I said, no, you don't, but it may well be in the future you're going to be advising on people in Scotland buying property. So you do need to know about that kind of property law as well. These things are all very key. Make sure though that you maximise your tech skills. Make sure that you ensure that you can actually do high-tech advising. Get your hardware ready. Get your ability to talk to a lens, for example. Get your microphones there sorted. Make sure that you've got lighting. You've got to maximise all those skills to be able to give proper video. But I've got other videos on that one for you as well. So that's the future of mortgage advising. It is video. It is replacing the face-to-face. Don't think for a moment you'll ever be able to get away from the human interaction of having Granny right there at the end of the bed for this young girl. But the fact is, Granny lives in Falkirk, the girl lives in Bristol. There's no way Granny could do this every night. She'd do it once a year maybe when she comes to visit. The video is bringing her there more often. With clients, you'll be able to see them more often, give them more value, give them more of your expertise. After all you're selling is your expertise in your head. You're not selling your company car that takes you to their home. It's you they want to talk to. If you can talk to them properly via video, it's definitely the way forward. There we have it, an update for you on Granny reading bedtime stories. Hope that's been useful. Bye.